exactly what you're doing now is exactly the point of TP. Because everybody in the world says when the kid is acting crazy and the kid is going ahead and fighting, cursing, smoking in the room, breaking rules, everybody says, how can you just let them do that? You have to argue with them. You have to teach them. You have to teach them. And what happens is, consistently, it escalates the situation because the person you're teaching doesn't learn the lesson. They don't learn the lesson, that's not called teaching. That's called fighting. So the kid goes ahead and does this. The parents respond with this. The kid responds with this. The kid responds with this. That's why outside of TP, constantly Shomer is being called, Hatzalah is being called, fighting, arguing, which is the worst thing for the siblings. Everybody's worried about the siblings. The worst thing is going through being in an environment of a traumatic home environment where mommy and daddy are yelling at each other as well because you're so nice and why you're so tough and why you're so good and it's stupid you're being too easy and you're being too tough. And it's like I get calls, the father slept that night on the couch in front of the door to catch his son when he comes in. They lock the door and they put on the alarm so the girl can't come out. And the whole home is a war zone. And not for a week, not for a month, it could be for years. We had a family that came here from 12 to 15 years old. Where is she? Oh, they caught her, they locked her, they put her in, they did this, they did that. It's a war zone. It's a war zone for years. That's the most traumatic thing for all the other kids. They all are depressed, worried, concerned, and they don't have a lot of respect for mom and dad, especially when they see dad running after the kid in his underwear with a baseball bat and cursing and screaming, I hate you, and there's no Shabbos, there's no Yom Tov. Everything is out of control. That is the other way. We go ahead and we say, sure, no problem. Do whatever you want. We're supporting you. Now, the reason why we do it is, first of all, because they're traumatized. They have symptoms of trauma. They're acting crazy for a reason. And they're a chayla, and they're a shaita, and they're pater, and they're an inus, blah, 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 blah. But what's the bottom line? By doing that, after a couple of months, like what you just said, your daughter says, I don't like the way that I feel about myself. If I get triggered by my brother, of course there are triggers. I blow up like crazy. I need help. Mommy, can you get me help? Daddy, can you get me help? I have nightmares at night. I can't sleep. I don't know why. Could you help me? When you do the other way, you don't have the relationship. So they're suffering and they can't even tell their mother and their father their pain because they're busy. They feel like they're attacked all the time. So they're always putting on macho and I don't care, F you, drop dead. All our FUs go away. All of the parents, this is consistent. If you're matzliach, not everybody's matzliach, not everybody's listening, not everybody's doing. You can go to any diet in the world. If you don't listen, you're not losing weight. From those who are listening, I think we're mostly matzliach ma'oid. Lamala miderech hateva. Is calm at home. So we have calm and peace. We train the other kids that this child is going through a hard time. They enjoy that. It makes them feel secure. Oh, Chani's going through a hard time, and therefore she doesn't have to behave normally. I get that. Kids understand. Explain it to them. I meet the Rav, I meet the family, I meet the grandparents. We explain it to them, and this is the medicine. This is what we're doing. What's the result? So the world says, you're giving them money for cigarettes. You're buying them cigarettes. You're giving them money. And the kid feels not what you want. The kid doesn't say, wow, I really got to get my life together. You know why? Because everybody's so upset at me all the time. Never happened. Certainly not stage 4, and really not even earlier stages. Doesn't happen. So she goes crazy, and we say, it's okay, don't worry about it. What do you need? And we give in, 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 and we buy, and we supply, and we enable, and we give a phone, and we give a television, and we give a trip, and we boost her, and we boost our NKN, the Nafshik Shur, and what's the result? A few months later, she has a mother and a father that she can open up to. And here's the result. Number 1, she has parents that she can talk to about her pain because she's not homeless. She doesn't feel hated. Number 2, she recognizes her own awareness of her problems. Because otherwise, you get them to go to therapy and they put the hoodie on and they sit by the therapist and they go, You can't do therapy on them. Like you just said, the therapist called me. They say, Avi, we got another one of your kids. I say, how do you know? So what kid comes in from parents and says, oh, they could sit in the room. I have nothing to hide from them. Or they could wait outside if you don't have such high NKN. They're here and they say, well, how's life at home? Wonderful. What's bothering you? They could tell you what's bothering them. How come I have nightmares? How come I wake up in the middle of the night? Why do I need weed so much? Why am I numb? Why don't I feel? Why don't I have joy? Why can't I experience happiness? Why am I feeling like I have no future? Why do I feel like I want to die? Or at least that if I wouldn't wake up tomorrow, I would be better off. Why do I feel, I'm not so much worse than everybody else. Why do I have these feelings of low self-esteem? Why do I feel like a nobody, a nothing? Why do I feel empty, no matter what, empty? Why do I feel like a loser, capital L? Then we start healing. If they end up by a competent person, which is very rare, but then they could start the healing. You're pushing away all of the other problems. I hate my mother, I hate my father, I hate the community, I hate Hashem, and they're not, they're concerned for themselves and they want to become better. You save years of therapy, years of therapy. So every month that you're doing and you're tolerating, you're saving years of therapy by pushing away the problems that were never part of the problem. The problem is that she was stabbed. The problem is not that she dresses not tznius. That's a symptom of what happened years ago. We parents and your family were never supposed to be part of the problem. The Torah was never supposed to be part of the problem. It isn't. We make it part of the problem. When we go to somebody suffering and we say, or we just give the eyes, the look, disappointment, all of that, remove it. Remove it. Why? But why should they ever become better? Because they do. Because they sit and they say, how come I'm dysfunctional? Please help me. And that's what your daughter did. That is the whole TP. To be so close to your daughter and to pump her up with so much fun. And the only way to do that is by not criticizing, by supplying. I want you to supply her so she doesn't get it from the pimple-faced guy down the block. I want her to be reliant on you. People are so stupid. You give money for weed? Well, where else is she going to get it from? Because whoever's supplying her for weed, she owes. I'd rather she owes you. I'd rather she feels, wow, my father, my mother take care of me. Especially, why does she need weed for? If she had cancer, we would give her weed. We'd be happy for her to have weed. Why do they need weed for? Why do they need drugs? Because they're in pain. Somebody stabbed them. They get stabbed, and then we say, oh, we can't do it. We can do it. So now they're sick, and they say, I have strep throat. Oh, no, we can't give you any medication. The government said we don't do medication. So not only they get hurt, then they lose us allowing them to numb their pain in the name of the law. So then I hate the law, F God, F Torah, F, that's what they say. We did that. Instead, we say the opposite. I trust you, I love you, I know you since you're born. You're in pain, what can I do for you? You think weed will help you? I don't want you to be in pain. Then they're beholden to you. So why do they stop weed? Why do we have hundreds of kids, more than any rehab in the world? It's not even a question. That our success rate is much more. Not heroin. Put heroin aside. Until heroin. Even cocaine. Party drugs. Xanax. How many kids are going clean? How many kids quit cigarettes? How many kids quit alcohol? Huge high numbers. Why? Because they stop. Because there's no craziness at home. People looking down at me. People thinking I'm not good enough. No, we think you're the best. Let's have a good time. Let's go to Cancun. Let's go to Puerto Rico. That's your job, to boost her life, to have not meaning, but to have fun. So she should want to fight for it, and to be close enough so she can open up to you and tell you what she told you. I need help. Somebody who says, I need help, the journey of getting help and being successful from the small percentage that actually get help from help, she will be from that small percentage. Their whole journey is different. Look at all the other parents. You need to go to therapy. You need to go to psychiatrist. You need more medication. They don't want it. They hate, it doesn't make them feel better. It's been 10 years of agony, and all you've done is put pills in me and sent me to people to talk to that I don't even like, that don't relate to me, and they don't connect. When a kid or adult says, Ich will, I want help, it's a whole different ballgame. You say to her, I'm so sorry for your pain. I'm going to do research to find you the best doctor or therapist in the world. I will spare no expense. Same as we do for a heart problem. We go to the best doctor. Jews only go to the best doctor. Second best doctor is for Goyim. I will search the world for the best match for you. And I'm going to hold your hand through this. And I'll pay any amount of money that you should not be in pain. And you should recover and have the life that you deserve. And I'm sorry I didn't protect you. And I'm sorry I wasn't there for you. And I'm sorry that I judged you. And I'm sorry when I looked down at you. But that's not the way it is anymore. I am on your side fully. Do a lie detector test. Do a lie detector test. You'll see that I feel your pain. I am on your side. Imai, Anoichi B'tzara with an aleph. Mami is with you in your tzara. Avi, Avicha B'tzara. Yeah, we are with you. We don't judge you. We know it's not about the skirt. It's not about the McDonald's. It's not about the Yom Kippur eating. It's not about Shabbos. It's not about bad friends. It's not about nothing. It's about that you're hurting. And when they have that awareness, their whole life is different. You upped her chance to be a successful, healthy, and from person. You upped it by 1,000,000%. That's what the world was missing. They're looking and saying, you're giving in. House has to have rules. A house has to have rules. Family has to have rules. And they miss this on a short period of time. Yes, 6 months is a short period of time. A year is a short period of time to move a kid from fighting and anger and cursing to saying, I need help. I have issues. Yes, it's nothing. 2 years, nothing. You did that. And the world is still so caught up on, how do you give money? How can you enable? How could you this? How could you that? And they sit and they cause the parents to be in a war zone. They cause the siblings to be in a war zone, damages all the kids. They go cuckoo from the tension in the house. Here we have no tension when it works. There is rare cases where it doesn't work. And there's reasons for them. There are reasons why the 4 or 5% of TP parents where it's not working. But we have to do everything that we can. And when it works, which is most cases it works, it's beautiful. So now you write her a card, give her a gift, tell her, my dear child, I'm so sorry for all the pain that you're in. She is in more pain than anybody since the Holocaust. She can't sleep at night. The one thing that all teenagers have in common is they sleep. And she can't even sleep. She's not lazy. She doesn't need to be taught lessons. She needs to be coddled and held and to take the negative in her brain that she did not deserve and give her positive that she does not deserve. She has 1,000,000 pounds of pain that she never asked for. Give her 1,000,000 pounds of fun that she never asked for. That doesn't spoil her. It's putting fun in her. It's giving her the ability and the strength to want to live and to continue to want to live. And then we have to put her in the hands of somebody really good who does trauma work without pain, somatic experiencing without pain, the right person, the right time, and your journey is years ahead of anywhere else. That's kol ha-Torah kula regel achas. That's why we do TP. What we do is not important. Why we do it is we take a mother and a father who are angry and they're separated from their child and causing pain to the child, and we remove everything. We develop nafshe kshura b'nafshe, we develop NKN, and then the result is I'm calm, I'm safe. I look at myself, I look inward. What's wrong with me? Why am I like this? Why can't I sleep? And I say, Mommy, Tati, can you help me? Can you help me find somebody to help me? And then when she goes for help, she has your support, which is the most beautiful thing in the world. I wish her and all of our TP Kips a sweet journey. It's painful, but it could be sweet that she should continue to heal, continue to see that it's just her own pain, and then find the right help and fight. You'll see what a fighter she is. She's your best kid. Parents start off thinking, this is my most worst kid, my rotten kid, my weak kid. You'll see how strong she is. I bet on kids because they always prove me right. And so will she, and so will all of your kids, Be'ezus Hashem.